Benedict Cumberbatch joined the cast and crew of Eric for the upcoming drama's UK premiere. The gritty Netflix thriller centres around Benedict's character Vincent and his search for his missing son in 1980s New York. While losing grip on reality in his desperate search, the children's television entertainer tries to recreate a puppet using one of Edgar's drawings, in the hope that putting it on TV will bring his son home. Speaking to Virgin Radio at the star-studded event, Benedict shared what drew him into the surreal world of Eric.
The name on the title, as in Abby Morgan's writerly name, the first 3 episodes is all I had. Anne Mensah as well, who's been an incredible force for good in the past at Sky Atlantic, where we did Melrose, and anything that she is gunning for, I know has the stamp of quality. And then Lucy came on board, or was another name in the mix, and I was like, okay, I'm sold. The first episode of This Is Gonna Hurt, I remember rushing to the credits going, who the hell directed this? It's brilliant. So she was on the list as well. It's really rare to get that much of a home run, but only 3 episodes in. So then I met Abby, and they thought I was going to be the archetypal sort of movie star or whatever. I don't know. They were just very nervous according to what they'd been telling me. And I hopefully wasn't that, but I just sat there in awe of Abby's profound, really entertaining depth of knowledge. She just contains the Bible world of these characters and that era and that story. And also, there was just no question I could lob at her that made me feel unsteady. So you feel very held by that depth of understanding the material that someone's created. Sometimes writers don't know, and that's fine. But I had a lot of questions, and I'm also in Lucy's capable hands as well. Just started to swing.
With plenty of chatter on the internet about what Eric could really be about, creator Abby Morgan set the record straight with us over whether or not the series is based on a true story.
It's not. I don't know where the myth has gone. It's not at all, actually. I think it probably started from this idea that I worked as a nanny for a while in New York in the mid-'80s, and I'd looked after a child, and I suddenly had this idea of writing a show that was from the perspective of the child. So that was at the heart of it, the birth of Edgar. So Edgar is a little boy who grows up in New York in the midst of a very dysfunctional marriage. He's watching his parents' marriage fall apart, and one day he goes missing while walking to school. And it's about the quest that Vincent, his father, one of America's leading puppeteers on the kind of top puppet show for kids, he goes on a quest to try and find him. And in finding him, you realise he's also on a journey to find himself.
For Benedict's co-star Gabby Hoffman, she was originally hesitant to join Eric after learning about its terrifying subject matter.
At first, I thought, oh God, I don't know if I could enter this space as a mother of 2 beautiful children. I thought, I really don't know. And then I kept reading, and Cassie sort of worked her way into my bones and muscles and heart and soul. And I met Eric on the page, and I thought, oh, this is so fascinating to see, sort of the thing that's most celebrated, I think, about long-form TV is that we really get a chance to kind of get into the characters' psyches and understand their internal landscape, and to see that externalized and manifest by a 7-foot walk-around puppet, and to see, Vincent, Benedict's character, literally shadowboxing with his own Jungian shadow, I thought was really exciting, and certainly I'd never seen anything like it before. So I was quite excited, yeah.
Director Lucy Forbes had quite the balancing act between the dark issues at the heart of the story and bringing alive a 1980s children's puppet show.
So, the puppet, it was hard because it was because ultimately we had to create something that felt of the time, but also feel original, but also feel like it wasn't brand new because it'd been around for 10 years, the show. But, and it needed to feel like a proper brand, and those puppets need to be, we really, really had to think about it. The process took months and months and months and months, and we worked very closely with an amazing company called Stitches and Glue, who had made things for Stranger Things and Star Wars and The Last of Us. So, we couldn't have been in safer hands. We just went through it bit by bit, and actually it was kind of like the thing that I kept going to is like, what's it going to look like, that poster outside of the Good Day Sunshine studio when they're all together? That has to look like it's a cohesive world, and it's a cohesive thing. So we just kept layering in puppets, but it all started with sort of Beanie and Mush, who are ultimately kind of like Vincent and Lenny, or versions of Vincent and Lenny, and that's kind of where it started, and then we built it out from there.
And finally, Detective Michael LaDroit actor McKinley Belcher III recalled some of his favourite moments about working with Benedict on set.
I mean, I think it would be very easy for Benedict to show up with a lot of ego, and it's refreshing that he shows up as a workman and someone who is interested in rolling up his sleeves and collaborating. And for our leading man, we couldn't ask for more than that. I think he has a lot of generosity of spirit, and there's a specific scene where we put a bunch of scenes together. It must have been like 7 or 8 pages. And I remember looking into his eyes and feeling like anything was possible. And that's an exciting thing to have in a scene partner.
For more red carpet news and entertainment stories, head on over to virginradio.co.uk.